Thank you so much, Bianca. Thank you so much, Clinton. Tell me, how did Shor Police happen?
Well, we wanted to start a project that was fun, different from Clint's older avatar, which was usually associated with Coke Studio and Bollywood. So we just wanted to break away a little bit from that and do something that was more pop, electronica, just something different.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was always a pop guy actually, but I kind of got into this very, boxed in fusion thing because of Madari and because of all the Coke Studio stuff, and it kind of it was great. I mean, because I think I kind of created a niche in that sense, but at the same time, it became a little whole like a boxed in kind of thing where I was always wanted to do something else, other than that, and do something in a slightly more pop avatar. And I think then after we worked together in Anantal, which is again fusion, I realized that she's got some songwriting chops which she kind of hasn't really explored and whatever. And so then I kind of we kind of started meeting to write, and that's how Shor Police kind of took shape.
और मुझे तो पता है ये स्टोरी आप दोनों के बारे में, लेकिन हमारे जो सुनने वाले हैं रेड एफएम के, उनको ये शायद नहीं पता है कि आप दोनों में से कौन क्या करता है. लाइक व्हाट डू यू डू एंड व्हाट हाउ डज ये सिनर्जी जो आपकी है शोर पुलिस की, ऑब्वियसली दोनों एक दूसरे का हाथ बहुत सही से निभाते हैं. यू प्ले कीज, गिटार, कंपोज, सिंग एंड सो डू यू. लेकिन कुछ जब आप गाना बनाते हो एंड व्हेन देयर इज अ डेडलाइन, बहुत कम टाइम होता है, तो आप लोग क्या डिवाइड कर लेते हो, और डिवाइड करते हो तो किस तरह से डिवाइड करते हो?
There are times when I'm just filling in the blanks, जो थोड़े से layers है production के, while she's thinking of the next section.
Okay.
So it always happens that when I suppose I finished adding some layers to a track, she's already ready with what's going to happen next, and she says, I really feel that now from here the song should go in this direction, and I have a melody for this part. See, what do you think?
Yeah, and I think especially when we've been tight with time, if it's like an ad or something like that, then Clint, of course, is so used to doing everything on his own that I think he's a little relieved now that so he'll tell me, I'm just going to put down these parts, you think of a melody.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's like that. So we
it works
sort
well.
of,
And I mean, sometimes and she's got a really, really cool, unexpected sense of groove programming.
Nice.
Which is really very, very interesting. Sometimes the amount of time we spend looking for a snare sound, which she is just not happy with. It's amazing. It's like
or like some bass sound or something.
Yeah, just
that's in my head, and I'm trying to translate it.
And I realize that because sometimes as a producer, you have so many options that I have so many options that for me I can think of a sound and the sound I move on. I immediately move on to the next thing. Whereas sometimes, because she probably has not spent as much time as a producer as with me, she really feels like, oh, this is not yet, it's not yet there. Let's not move on. It's not yet there. Let's really nail this first.
Yes.
So it's kind of different from how I work.
Yeah.
So I feel sometimes that it kind of pulls me back, slows me down. But then when the final result, it works out, it's not something that I would have thought of doing myself.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and
So
likewise, I think there are areas where, I haven't clearly understood when it comes to sounds, and when I hear something at the first shot, I think, oh no, this is not what we're looking for. And he'd be like, just give me 5 minutes. It will eventually sound like that.
Yeah, that was in early
So that
days.
was in the early stages where I
Yeah.
had to learn a little bit of that.
और अभी आप लोग दोनों एक फिल्म भी कर रहे हैं, which is really really nice. It's called
actually
Bob
doing two,
Biswas.
actually.
अरे very nice. मैंने तो बॉब बिस्वास का सिर्फ ट्रेलर देखा है, and that's
Yeah,
congratulations to
Thank
both
you
of
so
you.
Thanks so
much.
much.
जब हमने भूमि की शुरुआत की फिर एक बार, which is 2020 में, I was sure that this is going to be a movement, and I was sure कि मैं क्या करने वाला हूँ इस प्रोजेक्ट से. बिकॉज कई बार ऐसा होता है कि हम सोचते हैं कि यार म्यूज़िक में हम कुछ अच्छा क्यों नहीं कर पाते, एंड हम सिर्फ सोचते रह जाते. सो आई फेल्ट लाइक व्हाई नॉट बी दैट चेंज एंड ट्राई टू डू समथिंग instead of just speaking about it.
Right.
And so 2020 happened, and just when we were releasing the album, we had a small function, and I obviously publicly announced that Clinton, you have to do a song in 21. And obviously बात करना एक चीज़ है, and then मैंने obviously I went to you, and I came to Shor Police. At that point मुझे नहीं पता था कि Shor Police is now the act. Right. It's not just Clinton. So I was more than happy because I just wanted Clinton and I have Clinton and Bianca both.
Right.
So it's like, it's like two in the price of one.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. But, I felt like I was so sure that it's going to be an amazing song. पर ऐसा होता है कि हम जब कहते हैं कि कुछ करेंगे but finally I'm so happy and thankful to you that when I actually came to you guys that please it's time now कि एक गाना बनाना है for Bhoomi 21. You said okay we'll start. You had a lot of projects going on. मुझे पता है बहुत सारी फिल्में चल रही थी आपके पास, आपके साथ ads, films, काफ़ी सारा काम था. But still you took out time and you did an amazing song.
Oh, thank you.
पहली बात तो I am so moved that when I came to the studio और जब ये आप लोगों ने what did you think about it before making it? Because I'll say how the Jallianwala story happened.
We were first of all honored. I have to say that we dropped everything when you said
that's very
we
kind.
should do a song for Bhoomi.
No, I was very sure.
We were
Totally,
back
yeah.
then.
No, I mean, I really want to say
this
that
was a priority. It was more than a priority.
Yeah,
so it was like,
thank you so much for trusting us to follow through with your vision
We
for
keep
Bhoomi.
this whole interview. We'll just keep thanking each other because
So let's move on. Okay.
honestly, really, I mean, you know what this means to me.
Absolutely,
ये
absolutely.
एक प्रयास है, एक कोशिश है that this will become big and bigger, and and you guys are
so it's
early
amazing to be involved in the early stages because I
Yep.
also we both have an idea of how big it's actually going to be, and
Yeah.
it's
well,
in our heads.
Well, I really would. मुझे आप लोगों का साथ हमेशा रहेगा. I mean, मुझे आप लोगों का साथ हमेशा उसकी ज़रूरत रहेगी. So it's very kind of you that you are here in early stages, and I think this friendship and this collaboration should go on and continue. I hope and I pray for that.
Absolutely.
And but coming to the song, जब आप लोगों ने बनाया ये गाना, and what was going on in your head?
Abhi, if you think about it in terms of जो space है भूमि का, it's actually fusion. If you think about
Yes. Yeah.
तो इसमें Shor Police का personality
कैसे आएगा? हाँ.
how do we bring that?
Right.
How do we make it very Shor Police, which is very electronic pop. That's
Wow.
the sonic footprint of that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, keep it very holistic to the fusion aspect of the song.
Sure. Yeah.
So that was, and make it very different from whatever I've done in Coke Studio and whatever. So that was the challenge, because this is again a fusion project. So
Right.
I don't want to sound like what
you
I've
did
done
before.
Yeah,
in Coke
yeah.
Studio. So that's where she helped. I mean, in terms of how we thought of something together,
Beautiful.
it could never have sounded like any of the stuff that I do.
True. Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Yeah, exactly. I think we wanted to also make our.
I think Shor Police is very has a unique sound. I mean, मैंने पहले भी
Yes.
आपके जो गाने सुने हैं, it has a very different identity and personality from Clinton Sereo or from
Yes.
Bianca
Yes.
Gomes. So
Yeah.
it's nice that,
That's
और
true.
वो हमेशा होता है that when two
Yes.
people come together,
Yeah.
when two energies come
Yeah.
together, they create something unique. And that's what's happened. And I was really amazed when I heard this. I was like, wow, this is amazing. पर मैं लोगों से बताना चाहता हूँ कि हमने जब गाना सोचा, मतलब आपने जब ये गाना सोचा जलियांवाला के बारे में, that was way before the Netflix
Yes.
series. It was way before the actual incident that happened in between.
Yes. Yes.
There was some political thing that happened in between. तो उसके बहुत बहुत पहले आप लोगों ने गाना सोच लिया था इसके बारे में. और that also happened because जब हमने जलियांवाला के बारे में सोचा, of course you both know about जलियांवाला कि what was the problem, and we just went on
और
Google.
लोगों को लगेगा कि अभी उसके रिस्पॉन्स में हमने गाना बनाया, but actually that's not true.
That's not true.
Yeah.
And मैं ये भी बताना चाहता हूँ कि जब गूगल किया हम लोग ने कि जलियांवाला कब आता है, it also happened to be 13th April, which is Clinton's birthday.
Exactly.
And
So
that's what I felt कि ये connection बड़ा strong
So
है.
crazy.
और ये करना ही चाहिए हमको, कैसे भी करके करना चाहिए. And
Yeah.
that's how we brought in, we also brought in our next collaborator, and that's Harshdeep.
Yeah, the
Yes.
beautiful voice of Harshdeep, which completely led the song in the direction that it needed to be, so that you really feel the angst, you feel the pain,
Yeah.
and I mean
The
emotional
emotional quotient.
connect
And the
was
cultural connect also.
absolutely,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely, because she's
Yeah.
Punjabi. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was so emotional for her also.
जी, yeah.
I feel to
इतनी
her.
बात कर रहे हैं म्यूजिक के बारे में और जलियांवाला के बारे में, कुछ हो जाए यार. There's a
Come on.
guitar लाएंगे and
Let's do
Let's
it.
do it.
oh, yeah.
Looking back in time to that day of dark despair, when the guns were drawn and the unsung heroes dead, Is this how my people were meant to be? Broken by the evil artillery, blinded by the power, all within the hour, blood their glory. Why was humanity denied? So defied by their pride. Why did we have to pay the price with our lives?
बेकसूर तेने हत्थे रोकाओ ते जालिम अंग्रेज ने चलाया गोलियां मावा दिया वीर बापुआ दिया शहादतां नु भुल के भी भुलिए ना और अब करे ऐसी तानाशाही दुनिया चिमड़ पैर चलिए ना मावा दिया वीर बापुआ दिया शहादतां भुल के भी भुलिए ना.
Looking back in time to that day of dark despair, when the guns were drawn and the unsung heroes dead.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So powerful, so meaningful, and so emotional. My goodness. अब आपकी बात पर सिर्फ आपकी नजर रहेगी. Only on India's first super app, Mine. For complete privacy, download the Mine app now. Available on App Store and Play Store.
90.5 Red FM.
बजाते रहो